So for today, we're going to take what you did yesterday on your pre-assessment and kind of analyze it a little bit more today. At this point, you should have retested your car. That was yesterday, and then you took your pre-assessment. Today, you're going to do two more things. So one, you're going to analyze that data from before you tested your car, before you made changes on your car. And then the second set of data, which is what you collected after you changed at least one aspect of your car to see if it went faster or further. Then what you're going to be doing, your second objective is communicating your results to your fellow students. And this is going to be, you're going to be given some time tomorrow to work on it as well, because we are going to run out of time today. So at this point, you've already retested your car. I want you to go ahead and turn to page 18 of your booklet. All right, and that's where it says conclusion. So let's just have a quick discussion. And at this point, we would be talking about the questions on my lesson plan, which are, did your design complete the challenge, which is part of the booklet that they would answer with their groups. Was their hypothesis correct? Why or why not? Going forward, what are changes you would make to the materials that were given? And then what are some things you would do differently from the beginning of the project? So a lot of groups ran out of money, ran out of supplies, ran out of tape. That was the big one. So at this point, that's the conversation that the groups would be having. After that point in time, I would open it up to the whole group, and we would have some more discussions there about things that I can improve on my end, things that they could have improved on their end. And then I would also direct them to our Let's Talk Science board, which is all of the vocabulary that we've been talking about throughout the unit, so that when they are answering their questions in their booklet, they can use those words appropriately. Practice part of this lesson, students have page 19, which asks them, thinking about a real world situation, how can their project be put into the real world? So from there, that's kind of their practice, because we went through those questions already. Then we would go ahead and discuss how they can do this on their own. And then that's why I highlight the Let's Talk Science board, because there are some words in there that they can bring into their booklets. Booklets are finished. They're going to be able to turn them in, and this is actually due tomorrow. And then I'm going to go ahead and analyze using the MPI strand where they fit on those standards, especially on the language standard. Are they able to communicate the results? Are they able to use certain words in sentences and short phrases? Then after, so I said this lesson's going to take 2 days, because tomorrow I'm going to give them the post assessment, which just asks them 2 questions. It says, what does your data tell you about your car? And then thinking about the real world situation, how can this help? So it is very similar to the questions they were asked today that they're going to talk about with their groups, and kind of do a little bit on their own, which is what they're turning in. But it gives them time tomorrow to kind of sit down and see if they picked up and see if they mastered that, those objectives for the lesson. Once the post-assessment is done, I'm going to have them turn it in, and then we're going to have a discussion as a whole group about that question alone. Can they bring what they learned from a car into the real world, because their cars were not made out of what our cars are made out of? So how could what they learned in this lesson throughout the past 4 weeks, can what they learned from their projects be used in the real world?